Are you stuck selling $300,000 homes and you want to sell multi-million-dollar property? Try this. Today, I'm going to break down exactly how to get your first multi-million-dollar listing as a new agent. Welcome back to the Exclusive Mindset. Every top agent remembers that time when they landed their first multi-million-dollar listing. Here's how to make it happen. Whether you have been in the business 6 months or you have been at it for a few years, the playbook is the same. I am going to assume you have some basic market knowledge and you have chosen the market you want to work in. I am also going to assume that you do not work for a big team. I will assume you are an agent, like 90% of all the agents out there, starting in this business by yourself. Now, let me show you what actually works. My name is Malinosky, and our team has done over $9 billion in luxury real estate sales. So without further ado, let's get into it. Number one, identify the opportunity. Every new agent thinks they need some magic trick to get the luxury listing. You do not. You need an opportunity. There are two primary sources. One, someone in your circle, a friend, a relative, a connection, someone who knows you and may be thinking about selling or buying. Two, an expired listing, a property that was once on the market, did not sell, and the owner is now off the market. This is a real opportunity because at some point they had serious intent on selling. Those are your two easiest entry points, a connection or an expired listing. Start there. Number two is where everyone fails. Here is where almost every new agent blows it. They try to do it alone. They get the possible opportunity and think their real estate license is enough to walk into a competitive market and win a 7-figure listing against someone with 20 years of experience. It never works. Let me give you a clear example. Think of this the same way you would think about your family estate. Imagine you have been put in charge of a very large sum of money for your entire family. Your responsibility is to manage it and protect it. Now step back and look at it from a purely financial perspective. Would you give that money to a financial advisor who has years of proven success, who has managed estates before, understands risk, understands strategy, and consistently gets strong returns for families? Or would you hand your entire family's estate to a brand new financial advisor that got their license 6 months ago, who is eager and enthusiastic, but has almost no real experience? You might like them, you might have gone to college with them, but that does not make them qualified to manage millions of dollars. There is no difference between that decision and hiring an agent to sell a multi-million-dollar property. It is the same level of responsibility. It is the same risk. It is the same financial outcome. You would never hand your family's estate to the rookie. You would never gamble with that kind of asset. And sellers feel exactly the same way when choosing an agent. This is why new agents lose these listings. Not because they are bad people and not because they are not trying, but because the role requires skill, experience, and a track record. It is the exact reason you must partner with someone who has been here before. It protects the client and it increases your chances of winning the listing. Number three, what you should do instead. Here is the winning strategy. Team up with the best agent in the market. Build a small team around this individual listing. Leverage their experience. Leverage their brand. Leverage their presentation. You provide the connection. They provide the track record. Together, you create a legitimate listing team that the seller can actually trust. This is how you break into the luxury market. You do not go head-to-head with someone who has spent decades in that market. You will not win, and you shouldn't win. But if you bring that agent in as your partner, you will win the listing and you will get paid. Number four is the ego problem. Ego destroys almost every young agent. They say, this is my lead. I should get most of the money. I found the opportunity. I deserve the listing. That mindset is the exact reason they do not progress in the luxury space. Here is the truth. 50% of something is much better than zero, and you owe it to the client to make sure they have the best representation possible. Think about it this way. If your mother or father came to you and said, we are looking to list our family estate, there are two agents that are available. One is a kid you went to school with who just got his license, and the other is a top agent in the market Who would you tell your parents to hire? You would pick the top agent every time. This is why you should team up. It is the right thing to do for the seller. It is the right thing to do for your business. It is the only path forward in the luxury space. Number 5, things you should not do. Here are the biggest mistakes. Number 1, do not assume your license gives you the automatic credibility. It does not. Number 2, do not think your relationship alone guarantees you the listing. It does not. Number 3, do not walk into a competitive presentation by yourself when you know the seller is interviewing the top agents. You will lose. Number 4, do not get emotional about the commission split. That is short-term thinking. Number 5, do not let your ego talk you out of teaming up. That one mistake will cost you years. Number 6, things you should do. Here is the correct playbook. 1, identify the connection or the expired listing. 2, reach out professionally and set up the meeting. 3, before you even pitch the seller, align yourself with the top agent in that market. This is critical. You should already have had that conversation with the lead agent and already agreed to team up on this opportunity. That way, you go into it with real credibility from the very beginning. For example, when you speak to the seller, your opening should sound like this. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, thank you for the opportunity. As you may or may not know, I work directly with the top agent in our market, and we will be handling this opportunity together. That immediately gives you name recognition, brand recognition, and trust. It changes the entire dynamic because now you are not just a new agent pitching alone. You are now bringing a powerhouse agent to the table, which changes everything. 4, create a unified listing presentation. Show the seller that you have a full team ready to represent their property at the highest level. 5, once you partner with the lead agent, respect the lead agent. Ask them where you can be most helpful. Do not overstep. Do not try to take control of showings simply because you brought in the business. This is a learning experience, and you should be excited, enthusiastic, and respectful of the team dynamic. The lead agent does not need you giving him or her advice on how to run a multi-million-dollar listing. They are taking the lead for a reason. Your name is on the property, and this is one of the best learning opportunities you will ever have in your business. Your job is to be a sponge and to be as helpful as possible. One area you can excel in this preparation, make sure the property is 110% ready to show at all times. If there is a showing, arrive early, set it up. Another thing you can take ownership of is scheduling. Log every showing, document every detail. Take as much of the tedious work off the lead agent as possible. Do not act like the leader. Do not try to be the pro. That is ego, and ego is the enemy here. You already have succeeded by securing the listing. You will get paid. Your job is to support the person who can deliver the best result for the seller. And remember something important. The seller already knows you are not the lead agent. They know and understand that you simply don't have the same experience. That is exactly why teaming up makes sense. So in meetings, let the lead agent speak. You already have the relationship. Let the pro run the business side of things. Let the pro run the business side of the listing. If you do this the right way, you will build a strong reputation with top agents. They will talk about you. They will recommend you. You will become known as someone who works hard, understands their lane, and operates with respect. If you do it the wrong way, if you try to overtake, if you become overbearing, if you ignore the team dynamic, it is one of the fastest ways to damage your reputation early in your career. 7, personality and professionalism. I want to take a second to talk about personalities because this is one of the biggest reasons I am making this video. Some agents are very aggressive and hyperactive. In many cases, that can be a great quality. You're a go-getter, you wake up early, you attack the day, and you want to conquer the world. That energy can be powerful, but I have had personal experience working with people like this, and to be very blunt, it can become extremely annoying. When I am the lead on a listing and I am working alongside someone like that, it becomes the type of person I never want to work with again. So whatever your personality is, you need to treat this relationship like a business. You need to understand yourself. If you are someone who wakes up every morning needing to know what is happening on a daily basis, that is fine, but you must communicate that ahead of time. You need to sit with the lead agent and say, here is the type of person I am. Here is the pace I usually work at, and here is what I think I can bring to the table. Then let the lead agent tell you what they want from you. They do not want to hear from you 9 times a day with updates about emails you sent and or marketing ideas. That is the last thing they want. They do not want another headache. Yes, they will make money from this partnership, but they are also agreeing to help you and guide you. So you have to respect that. You need to understand your personality and then build a business plan for how the relationship should work. I repeat, a business plan. You need structure, you need clarity, you need to stay in your lane. This opportunity can make or break you. The last thing you want is the top agent in the market telling every other agent how difficult you were during the process. So take the time to understand your personality, communicate clearly with the lead agent, and make sure both of you agree on how you are going to work together. Remember, the lead agent does not need another problem to solve. They need a partner who supports the listing, not someone who adds stress to it. In closing, this is how you earn your first multi-million-dollar listing. Identify the opportunity, remove ego, partner with the best, understand your role, protect your reputation, know your personality, and put the seller first. If you do this consistently, you will start winning and you will earn respect and you will build a long-term luxury business. This is the Exclusive Mindset. Thank you for watching and be sure to subscribe.